Hello, beautiful people. Most welcome to the page here on GBC News. This is where we do chit chatting. This is where we get those who matter when it comes to sports development. Today, tell us what is up their sleeves. And today, we're celebrating excellence in pugilism. We're talking boxing. We're talking global boxing. Today, we have a Ghanaian. Okay, we have a Ghanaian who really has a blood in him that resonates both Ghanaian, the never say die spirit, and also the American blood that tells him that everything is possible and you can still do it. Today, we are looking at this young pugilist making it big in the United States of America when it comes to boxing. It's known everywhere in the tabloids. There a lot of reviews have been done about him on TV shows. He's just an amazing wonder kid. I'll put it that way. He's currently a champion. He has dominated the American juvenile boxing scene for a while now. Today, he's in the country. He has paid a visit to his homeland, Ghana. And lots of people are talking about this guy. Great reviews here. Without much ado, I'll bring you a flashback. When he arrived at the airport, this was the scene that greeted him. Hundreds of enthusiastic Ghanaian youth were there to really celebrate their own. I bring you a flashback on what really transpired at the airport. When we come back to the studio, I'll introduce this jewel we have here. It's a polished diamond, very, very expensive. So when we come to the studio, I introduce him and I introduce as other guests I have here. So these are the scenes at the Kotoka International Airport. Hundreds of enthusiastic crowd. All these things was to welcome this pugilist that we have. Ghanaian, this everywhere, everybody's talking about him. You go to the US, you just Google his name, you ask on the street, it's a household name now. This is a Ghanaian based in the United States of America. He's a boxing champion. At his age, the titles he is having, I wonder his trophy cabinet, how it looks like, and the number of collections he has now. So this is Joe. He will explain more to us. So things that happened at the Kotoka International Airport when he arrived. Heroes welcome this young man. Ghana star. The future looks bright for professional boxing in this country. Should he decide that he will go the Ghana way. So a whole lot happened. But I like this thing when the doves were allowed to fly. A lot of things happen, and just watch this. Just watch this. When I saw it, I thought, oh, what gift is he bringing it to us? Then look and see them. Oh, sign of good luck, purity. Wow. So things that happened at the Kotoka International Airport when the young pugilist arrived in this country. Today, I have him in the studio to celebrate excellence. So we are celebrating excellence now. And this gentleman you saw is right here with me in the studio. I'm humbled to have Joseph Awinongya Jr. in the house. Joe, most welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And then next to Joe, I have father, manager, mentor. I don't know how to put it, but Papa.
Yeah, I'm just a fighter.
Most welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
This is the second time I'm having you here.
Yeah.
And any day I get you, it's really insightful. Thank you very much for your time and then even making it here. Joe, once again, let me say welcome, Kwaba. And how's the feeling been like since you arrived in the country?
You know, the feeling has been great. The support that's been shown to me is really beautiful. Everyone has come to show that they also like the sport of boxing, that they all, if you really devote your time into something, they'll also follow you on your goals.
Did you expect such a welcome at the Kotoka International?
You know, my dad told me a lot of people will be coming, and then when I was at the airport grabbing my luggage and stuff, my grandmother came up to me and she said, when she was coming in, that, oh, there's a lot of people outside. They're all there celebrating. And then, even though that she said there's a lot of people, you still don't feel the amount until you actually see it. So when I got out there, it was a beautiful sight to see, and it really gave me a lot of hope and happiness.
Wow. Now, Joe, walk us through how come you decided to do this sport? There's so many beautiful sports out there. Why did you choose boxing?
Boxing, I feel like I really had a liking towards it. Like, I feel that was the sport for me because something like football, I really don't want myself to get hurt that much in collision. Something like handball, yeah, that's what I was trying to get to, handball. The collision, basketball, I don't know if I was too good at that one. And then just really, for me, boxing was, from my father, I've been able to learn a lot from him. And that was like the best source for me to become the best I could be. So he's always been devoted towards me to help me get to that place in boxing. So I know that boxing would be able to take me to a far length.
Okay, now to the question that people keep asking. When did you start this sport and how come the whole of US you keep dominating?
I started the sport at 5 years old, and I started my first fight when I was 8, and then I went to a nationals in Texas. That one, I had like, I would say 5 fights, and I went there, I fought, and that was my first one. So I lost that one, and then when I turned 9, I went for my second one. I won that one, and I continued winning from that point. And I feel the reason that I've been able to win in the national venue is because I feel the support and the way my father has taught me through what he has gone through and the fights that he's been able to accomplish. He's been able to also incorporate all of that into my boxing.
Great. Hold your horses here. Let me come to the father now. Joseph Sr.
Yes.
A whole lot of people tend to, because of so many things, tend to forget. Now, walk us through a little bit, your background. I know you are a boxer, or you used to be a boxer. Are you still a boxer, or used to be a boxer?
I used to be a boxer. I started boxing in Italy. So from Italy, I went to Germany, France. I went to all the European countries, most of the European countries now. But when I came to Ghana, I decided I was going back to Germany. Then Don King find out. I don't know if you know Nana Yakunedo.
Yeah.
Former world champion. They are here. They saw me the way I was training. They said, "Hey, you know, with a guy from Nigeria, I think they saw me. They are happy about the way I'm training." They said, "You want to go to America?" I said, "Yeah, that's my dream. You know, to sign with Don King."
Wow.
So they say, "Hey, just wait. We'll go over there and tell them about you." And then when they went there, I stayed here for a year more, 1 year. Then they sent me everything. So I went to America. Then I started boxing.
So did you really box in Ghana?
No, I never fought in Ghana. I never fought even one fight in Ghana. I came here for, I was in Germany. I came here, I was supposed to go back to Germany. So when I found out they see me in the stadium, I was training. So when they saw me the way I was training, they said, "Hey, you want to go to America? You look good." So I just waited and then went to America.
And how did it all start? You got there and then did you get enough fights?
No, I started fighting over there, but unfortunately I have a detentional retina in my eye, so I have about 4 times surgery. So in the end, I have to decide if I want to do it. Because every time when I'm fighting, sometimes I'll take a fight. After the fight, I'll have a problem. Then I have to get in surgery. So it reach a point that's another. I just have to let it go.
So you looked at this handsome boy, your son, and you decided to put him in this sport that people are scared of pushing people in. What did you see in that sport that you decided that, okay, let me invest in my son?
I was my son already when he was born. You know, my son when he was born, he was the biggest child in the about a lot of kids, but he's the biggest one when he came out. So you know, as a boxing, when you see how boxing go, you don't want. Sometimes you don't want your kid to be a boxer. You know, you see the suffering, what you have to go through, the training, all those things. You don't want. But my son was doing wrestling when he was 2 years old.
He was doing wrestling?
Yeah, 2 years old. He did wrestling from 2 to 5.
Really?
Yeah, so the trainer used to come and tell me that, "Man, Joseph, man, your son is different." I said, "What type of difference are you talking about?" I said, this kid don't stop training. He can train the whole, he train with all the, because he's the, most of the kids over there, they will come to him, he will wrestle with all those kids. So I said, "Okay, kid, when it reach the right time, I'm gonna take a time to see him and and look how he is. But he used to come to the gym. Our whole part for him, he didn't like boxing at all. He didn't want to come. So when he turned 5, he said, "Hey, Daddy, I want to do it." And me and him went to train. I said, "If you do good in school, I'll train you." So he was doing good in school, so we started training, and he took it to the next level. But I take my time, and most of the thing I taught him from beginning, he's been doing the same thing to now.
Wow. So, schooling, how has schooling and boxing been like? How difficult? How easy is it?
I feel from the parents as well, they help with discipline, and discipline is a big factor in the balance between school and boxing, because with sports you devote a lot of time towards training, and you really have to build a good calendar, a good schedule for yourself so that you don't ever miss out on that time on schooling as well. I feel schooling has also led to me being able to think in the ring to a higher level, and also has given me the ability to see things other fighters are not able to see. So school is a big factor in this.
So these titles here belong to you. This one is the National Silver Gloves by Ringside. You took it in 2020?
No, I took this one last year, but due to COVID, they postponed it to this year. So
oh, okay. So this is the latest one you have.
Yeah.
And then this one is 2019.
Yeah, that one was one of the fights that I had in Illinois. That was a national tournament that occurs there.
Well, so how has the fame? I've been following you. You've been to some of the media houses. They've interviewed you on live TV. You've gone to places. How has the fame and schooling and family and everything been like? How are you coping with all those things?
You know, having to do all this stuff is not so easy. People may think that that with boxing you just go into the ring and fight and now I'm getting all this fame, but it's not so easy. There is a big balance between the things that I do, and with schooling, I'm also in college, so I have a lot of things that I have to accomplish there. So sometimes I'll take time out of the training to go and focus my day full of just completing schoolwork and doing things like that. So with boxing and all these places that I'm going to, it's really just I have to create a good schedule for myself, and I have to, what I do is I make a calendar for myself so that I'm able to see all the time that I have in the day, see what I can do and see what I can accomplish.
A whole lot of Ghanaians are watching us this day via the social media handles going everywhere. These two titles, the belts we have here, I know you have enough in your closet over there. Which one will you say you went into that competition and it was so difficult for you, but you managed to win and you will never forget that day? Can you share some with me?
I really don't know if I have a view as that, but one thing I remember, I went to a nationals and I lost that nationals, but we personally thought that we won it. And so we contacted the WBC, IBF, and then they gave us a title because they also thought what happened was wrong, like I was robbed from that fight. And they sent me an IBF miniature title, and that was a very nice thing that I viewed.
Great. Papa, this is your son. He's an American.
Yeah.
The question everybody wants to know, will he turn to be a Ghanaian?
Now we can, he's my son, but I have some people that they are around my son also. We always make some decisions. Maybe he know them, but he don't talk to them like the way I do. I talk to them, so we don't know yet. But one thing I want to tell you about my son, Joseph don't just do this thing. Joseph have his own. He buys stocks. He work. He have audition that he's supposed to do. They just called him yesterday from California. They wanted me to do audition. So today I told him, I said, no, I don't think you have to do the audition. But he said he's gonna do it. So Joseph is he have a lot of things, and he buys stuff in black market. He buys stuff from there. He sell it. He buy it, then he go and sell it.
So you do business as well?
Yeah.
So you're just not a sports guy?
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm on my free time, I do some little miniature stuff, and it's just some fun things that I'm able to do.
So, personally, what do you really want to achieve? Do you want to be a fully blown professional boxer going for the world titles? Or you intend delving into getting into business, going to e-commerce? What really do you?
You know, right now I'm focusing on my nursing degree and becoming a doctor, and then also getting my getting as many national tournaments as I can get. So when I reach that stage, I want to become a professional boxer. And after that, I'll be able to enter the medical field, and that's just the plan for me. But going back to the question about the Ghana and America, where will I be transferring to? Well, I would say that both communities has helped me a lot, and they both shown me much support, but I feel that it will come to, right now, we haven't made that decision yet, and it will come to a point where we will.
Wow, interesting. Smart one. And so, you person, if you look at our boxing scene, do you like it, or you wish there's something that we do that can really bring us a certain spark back?
I won't say that I like it or I don't like it, because I don't know. There's a lot of people in Ghana here, and they know boxing. You know, they have a lot of world champions over here who they went through boxing. So I can sit over here and try to say boxing is bad or it's good. What we can do, you know, because Ghana, they don't have the competition like going to the amateur team. Say, I'm going to Nigeria next week. I'm going to this Burkina Faso this week. We're going to fight. I don't see that a lot in Ghana, and that's the thing that a little bit make the boxing, the amateur team, it's not so strong. But if they have a competition around the whole African continent, like US, you always travel, going to different states to go and fight, and that's the thing, only thing that they are missing. So what we do today, we're going to see the Minister of Sport. You know, we have a chance to do something, some special, something to give to the Minister of Sport, to have a change program with the Ghana amateur team and USA amateur team, so they can come and train and travel around. And so we have something that we're going to give to the Minister of Sport. I think that thing also going to help a lot.
Yesterday, you guys saw one of the passionate boxing enthusiasts in this country, Alhaji Nusa. He's a great guy. Somebody, when I sit afar and I see him, I just salute him from afar. I just don't want to get closer, because his love for boxing is amazing. He contributed to Azuma Nelson, contributed to Alquote, the rest, those big guys, the names that we have. This man has done something, and he continues to do for boxing. Yeah. And I don't know, when you got there, very soon we'll play that insert. When you saw Alhaji, I know you've heard of Alhaji. When you saw him, what really came into your mind?
You know, Alhaji has been there for me for a long, long time. All the time to when I even first started. He's shown me a lot of love, and he gave me much advice throughout my boxing career that I've had so far. And you know, he's taught me of many things that he's been through, of the ways that I can also further myself. So when I saw him, it brought much happiness, because that's the person that's been helping me out throughout my career.
Oh. And you the dad that you serve as the link between them, how crucial has Alhaji's advice, his presence, his talk and support, both physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever you call it, has been to you and your son?
You know, my son meets a lot of people, and I have some people that I always, since he was young, since my son was young, you know, he met Secretary of State, he was 2 months old, he met the Bolingbroke mayor, he met Waspi. There's some people that when my son was young, I took my son around them, because I know those people and I know how they are. They have a different kind of how they look at people. You know, they don't choose who they talk to or who they support or who they have a different kind of how to give. And that's the thing that I want to teach him. You don't, you know, even I talked about it yesterday, you don't give because of you're going to get something back. You give because that's the right thing to do. when somebody come to you and say need a help, you give. That's the right thing to do. You know, like I drive around there. We drive around, and sometimes you see people that they come to you, and they want something just a little bit, and when you have it in your pocket, and you see, you have to have some to drive away from them. You have to have some different type of feel. Alaji don't do that. When you see anybody from anywhere, you help them out. And that's the thing that I take my son around to see. The more that you give, the more that you're going to receive too.
Great. So we'll bring you a little bit of the scene at Alaji's office. Joseph was at Alaji's office not long ago and presented. Was it a miniature?
It was one of the belts that I have. It was.
Very soon we'll see those highlights on our screen. He went there and then showed appreciation to, and I like the smile on Alaji's face. And so there's Joseph, yourself, and you were there. So this is what. So you presented one to him.
Yes.
As a gift. Now explain this year Alaji man and giving him. That's something you need to keep in your closet.
Well, I feel like Alaji has been a big support, and one of these belts giving to him, it was a very magnificent thing for me to do, for me to really give back to him as well, because he's given me a lot of great things as well.
You are young guy. You are not 20 yet, right? You are not 20 yet. A lot of things are happening. Your cabinet alone, you keep fighting. You do this, all this stuff. These titles you have that you're showing it out there. For a Ghanaian here, just want to know, what will you tell that Ghanaian, that young man, young lady, who really also has decided to do a little bit of sports, do a little bit of schooling? What do you tell him or her?
I would tell them to follow their dreams, because you never know of the future that you can behold, and they are the young people are the future of this world. So I feel also the parents play a big part in this, because they are the ones that are going to build the future as well. So the kids are a big part of it, and I would tell them to really follow their dreams and to really devote all their time that they can into what they want.
Great. So we saw you also donating some boxing gloves here and there. We'll be checking out from the studio. This is Mustafa and co. You were donating boxing kits. What was it for?
This was mainly for the boxers that are in Ghana, and some of them they need support, and I brought many boxing gloves to really give to them.
Great. Papa, we're checking out from the studio. What message do you have for Ghanaians in terms of taking a second look at their own junior here?
The message I have is, we just try to, I think parents and just like me as my parent, when you decide to have a kid, you have to be very, very serious about it. You can't just make babies like, oh, let me make a kid. You have to be, because when you have a kid, you have to start put all your energy inside that kid, and you find a way to raise them better than the way that you were raised. You learn from a lot of people, then you raise your kids. My kids, I spend all my time with them, Even when Joseph was born, my daughter, I don't even take them to a babysitter. I try to find any way for me to take care of, to stay there and give them, and set up their mind a little bit different, more than the way that I was brought up, my dad and my mom, I didn't say they did a good thing for me, but when you grow up in this world, you start seeing things a little bit different. So you also try to show those things to your kids. So that's the thing that I think parents, we have to do. Before you make a kid, make sure that it doesn't matter how many kids you want to make sure that you have time for all of them. Great
advice over there. We're checking out from the studio. You are a champion.
Thank you.
What do you tell Ghanaians?
I tell Ghanaians that the support that they have shown me, it's been a great deal, and I'm very happy that so many people are here for the sport of boxing, are here for me, and just to let them know that I'm going to fulfill their dreams and also fulfill my dreams of becoming on the big stage and doing great things.
Would you like to come back to Ghana again?
Yes, for sure. It's been a beautiful area.
Okay. So on this note, we say thank you very much. celebrating excellence. This is a Ghanaian, but is based in the US and he's fighting very, very well and doing it. All these titles are for him and a lot more. And so if you go down on your knees and you pray, just remember him in prayers and ask God to allow this gentleman to fulfill his dream of becoming a medical doctor and a professional boxer as well, a world champion, to his glory. Thank you very much for passing through, junior and senior. We wish you all the best. The page returns same time tomorrow. Bye for now.